Prior to driving a route, you can send email and text notifications to customers to provide them with a reminder of your pending arrival, along with an estimated arrival time and arrival window. Before you can send notifications, you must release a manifest to the drivers. Once the manifest has been released, you will see a notifications button on the driver's list page. Before setting up notifications, make sure that you have put the route in the order you intend to drive it. To access the Notifications Manager, click the Notifications button. The first thing you need to do is set the time you expect to make your first stop. You'll also need to set the time expected between stops and a time window. Once you've entered that information, click the Save Settings button. Let's go ahead and set the time of the expected first stop to 8 a.m., the expected time between stops to 10 minutes, and the time window to 20 minutes, and then click the Save Settings button. When the page refreshes, we'll see that Springboard has assigned arrival times to each of the customers on the manifest based on the start time, the time between stops, and the arrival window. If you're happy with the Springboard suggested arrival times, you can go ahead and click the Update Notification Times button. However, if you need to tweak the expected arrival times for any of the customers, you can select New Arrival Times from the drop-down menus before clicking the Update Notification Times button. After clicking the Update Notification Times button, the page will refresh and the Customize Notification Times block will show the arrival window in addition to the expected arrival time. Because this route is small and the customers dispersed, I'm going to tweak the arrival times a bit. I'll leave Nancy and John's times at 8 and 8:10 respectively because I know they're close to each other, but I'm going to set Katie's arrival time to 10 a.m. and Harper's arrival time to 10:05 a.m. because I need to get all the way across town to drive the second half of the route. Once I've tweaked the settings, I'll click the Update Notification Times button again. When the page reloads, we'll see that the arrival windows for Katie and Harper have been updated based on their new arrival times. Because Katie and Harper are so far from Nancy and John, I might not want to send all the notifications at the same time. I don't want to send Katie and Harper their notifications until I'm a lot closer to their pickup times, so I'll toggle their Send buttons to off, and then refresh the settings again by clicking Update Notification Times. I'm ready to send the first batch of notifications, but before I do, I need to review the list. To do that, I'll click the Review List to Send button. Everything looks good, so I'll go ahead and click the Send Notifications button. I'll be asked to confirm one more time, and then the notifications will go out. The notifications page will refresh with a note telling me how many notifications have been sent and how many are waiting to be sent. I can also see that Nancy and John's notifications are marked as sent. Before sending the next block of texts, let's take a little detour. Even though we started by setting up the basic settings for the notifications in the Setup Email and Text Notifications block, I can still override those settings and apply new settings to the remaining customers. While I have to drive all the way across town to get to Katie and Harper after stopping at John's, I know that Katie and Harper are neighbors, so I'll shorten the time window to 10 minutes. I'm also going to reset the expected time of first stop to 11 a.m. because Google Maps is telling me there's an accident and I'll probably hit delays. So at 11 a.m. is the new time I expect to reach Katie's house. I'll toggle the Override Customize Settings to Yes, and then click Save Settings. Since Springboard knows that John and Nancy have already been sent their notifications, it will consider Katie to be the first stop and assign the first stop notification time to her. Again, you will have the opportunity to tweak individual settings before clicking the Update Notification Times button, which will unlock the Review List to Send button. By combining the ability to set individual expected arrival times for each customer, toggling the Send status, and employing the Basic Settings Override function, you can tune to a very granular degree the notification that each customer receives.